Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Chart Patterns Mastery / Simpler Trading free video for August 22nd, 2023. What's this about? Bear flags and bear Brecher ledges work better in a down market. Now, I know that makes sense, but the biggest thing is, how do you identify a downtrend? For now, what I've been using is the 4-hour ES, and I've been using the 4-hour ATR trailing stop and the 4-hour 50 SMA. So if I go into here and show you settings, you go to Edit Studies, you go to the ATR trailing stop. That's right out of just the selection of studies that's on Thinkorswim. I did the simple moving average. Actually, I like the moving average. I put it twice in there. You don't need it twice. And on the bottom, I have the MACD, the 31016. That's it. That determines the major trend, in my opinion. Now, you could use the daily, which a lot of people do. And you'll see the daily is also popped under the 50. Now, this is one reason that when this got under it and this got under it, it's why we were bearish last week on the transport, saying, well, that needs to go to it. So, and the Dow going to it. Yeah, they were way ahead of the game. The Dow was up here when I mentioned it. So that's pretty exciting. But getting back to it, let's not rest on our laurels. What am I watching in here? I'm watching that intraday, while this is in a downtrend, whether it's a 4-hour or a daily, then other stocks I watch, when they have bearish patterns, like I said, they're more likely to work. What am I talking about? Well, here's the 4-hour chart, like I said, of the ES. Now go and look at a 1-hour chart or a 15 of this. And you're going to see that right here, those bear flags work great. Look at all those bear flags on the way up, way down. Look at that. Now, this is called a Brecher ledge. What's a Brecher ledge? Well, I'm going to try to expand it. There you go. It's after a prior move down, you get a horizontal consolidation. Now, there are a lot of people that are having a tough time with bear flags. I totally understand. I always think there's a bear or bull flag. I talked to my wife at Pat. She's like, I just don't see it. Well, Brecher ledges are much easier to see. That bear flag was easy to see. A lot of people don't get picky. So they'll have something that has like that and say, oh, that's a bear flag or a bull flag, and try to create something out of thin air. I look for, I'm very picky. I look for definable patterns. Bear flag, but that's a Brecher ledge. What it is, like I said, down consolidation. So it's like a bear flag, except the bottom trend line is horizontal. I'll be doing a class on this. It's one of the most high percentage trades I know. And it works a lot better when at least one time frame higher is in a bearish configuration. Like that. Yeah, it's in a whole bear flag configuration. Plus the 4-hour is in a bearish consolidation. So a bearish configuration. So they work a lot better, no doubt about it, on the way down. Now, let me give you a couple that when this looks like this, even stocks that look good on a chart, a lot of times they have reversals in this type of environment. Let me give you a for instance. So here's NVIDIA. Pre-opening, looked like a new high. Everything's fine with the world, a new high. Then you have that red candle. I'm really into big red candles. What that is a big red reversal candle. I'm not talking about bearish engulfing anything. So many take these little candles. I take the big reversal candle. But I don't just take the big reversal. I then combine it with a shorter term pattern. Now keep in mind, there's a red reversal pattern. And what did you get? A bear flag. Well, there's a red reversal candle. But you also got a great move intraday. So let's focus in on a 15-minute chart or a 2-minute chart and show you what we're talking about. So this is NVIDIA with that big old reversal. The problem with most traders is when something is already sold off 10 points, they don't want to mess with it. They're like, oh, I missed it. Well, as you see after that big red candle, that is a real bear flag. Prior move down, consolidation. Consolidation, then it breaks. Then you had another bear flag, believe it or not, right here. That one wasn't as tight, but it also worked. Tight, I mean, is not many bars and not much of a range. So almost horizontal like a Brecher ledge. Then you had another bear flag. It's amazing. And then a Brecher ledge. All the way down there were short signals. So when the overall market's in a lousy mood, these type of things are more likely to work. Now you might say, well, what happens back here if you had a bear flag? I'm looking at the big reversal and then the consolidation. That's what I'm looking for, and they've been working great. Now, that brings me to what do I think of the broad markets? Well, I'll tell you right now, I like looking at different time frames. So you might say, well, that looks like a bull flag. Well, after the close, you get very little activity. That's not a good sign of a good tell. But on a 4-hour, look at that. Yeah, believe it or not, the ES could be a bear flag. Believe it or not. If that doesn't hold, you're talking about filling that gap all the way down here, 50 more points. As you see, when you look at a 4-hour, you might be like, well, that slope is too upsloping. But then go look at a daily, and you're going to see that it looks like that. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Usually when I see a bear flag, I want to see where you don't get this. So you don't get this, where you have a bear flag, then you have one blip up and then back over it. This, as you see, has had successive higher candles and no washout. So that's what we're going to be watching tomorrow. That could be a big deal. Now, NVIDIA's earnings are after the close. I'm telling you the way I'm looking at it right now, that could be a big foretell of another leg down in the NASDAQ. Just keep that in mind, or up. But last time NVIDIA had earnings, the NASDAQ went nuts. Right here, went straight up. So if NVIDIA falls apart this time, yeah, you'll probably see this maybe test down like 300 points. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Brecher, and I'm Senior Managing Director of Stocks at Simpler Trading. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like our content, please leave us a like and a comment down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification icon so you never miss any of our great new content coming out. Good trading, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.